They need either, I don't know, like their own space. So we
Right.
wanted to create that space. So in that space that we created, we contacted Louis from the Promised Land.
Yeah.
Stuff like from him,
Yeah.
I got connected with other suppliers. I got connected. I learned a
Wow.
lot,
Yeah.
and one of them because we did that leadership collective. We collabed with him.
Yeah.
We had him printing at the event.
Oh, nice.
So it was
Like
just kind
live, he had
yeah.
like a thing right there.
We did a shirt together. So we're like, hey, how can we make it a little bit cooler, more creative?
Yeah.
And he's like, I'll bring my machines. We'll print
You did it
live.
right there?
We did it there.
Dude, that's it. You
So-
got photos and stuff like that or no?
Yeah, we got a couple of photos. We
That's
had
sick.
a coffee shop, Shepherd's.
Shepherd's Coffee.
We got him there.
When was that? 2019.
Yeah, before the pandemic.
Right, 19. So Shepherd was already.
Shepherd was, I believe it was the first event, first thing that they announced was like we're gonna be there. Like
They're like, bro, they were doing it.
Shepherd's. We had Ali Famosa with her designs.
Dude, I was famoso. I connected with her. She's gonna be one of our guests too.
The sick.
So I want
Yeah.
to learn from her.
Yeah, so we still kept the whole creative
Yeah.
side, and then we kind of went around and it's like, okay, how do we connect the leaders? How do we connect the creatives?
Yeah.
I believe everybody's creative. So we did the pop-ups, we did the class, and
Yeah.
it was a night, So collaborating with Louis was a good, for me it was a good experience.
learning experience.
Collaborating with Shepherds,
Yeah,
with Ali, with all those people. I'm like, dude, we have a room full of creative people. How sick
Dude.
is that?
that's such a cool concept,
Yeah.
and that's something you continue. You want to continue, right?
I want to. I think it's something that I want to do in the future,
Yeah.
but not so as an event,
Okay.
as in like, hey, let's just go hang out at this place that I know these guys are going to be there because they're
Or
creative.
just like a space.
Just like a space like this,
Heck
you know,
yeah.
like, yeah, let's go with Paco at
Let's
this
go.
place, and everybody's going to be
Studio.
there. Yeah,
Dude. People are doing photo shoots. People are printing.
Yeah,
people are doing
man.
something. That'd be super dope.
it's a big idea that I have in my head. I still need to like write it down
Yeah.
and like kind of know what am I gonna do, and
Yeah, because it comes with like rent.
it's a lot.
Like what are you gonna offer people? This and that.
It's a
and
lot.
the excellence of it.
Mhm.
And going back a little bit, I wanted to touch on, and you talked about it a little bit on 2020,
Mm.
which I think it just changed the whole.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously changed the world, but I think it marked like a new beginning, and obviously we've seen like a huge spike of creatives and platforms. TikTok influencers,
Mhm.
like all these things. Like how did the COVID kind of like environment change the way you were creating? Because it changed me a lot. It kind of put a pause on a lot of projects, and it started other projects. A lot of people got like millionaires out of working online, and a lot of people lost a bunch of work.
Yeah.
So how did that affect you, and how did you come out after?
I saw it as in like, okay, either I go down, or at this time that I have, I learn something new and do something out of it.
Yeah.
During that time, everything went down, so
Yeah.
no saints. We had no events for Leadership Collective. I was just literally just working and doing designs for work.
Right.
So I was like, how do I get my creativity? I started painting. I was like,
You were
okay, that's cool.
Like
Yeah, like
oil,
yeah.
watercolors, both.
So I started like
Sick.
experimenting with that,
Yeah.
and it was cool because I mean, my dad does it a lot. He paints a lot, and I always saw my dad doing it. So I was like, I
Yeah.
do something similar in the computer. Let me try it. with
in
the
person. Yeah.
So I did it, and it was like, okay, this is cool. Like this is another
Did you
creative thing.
Did you keep some of them that you created or not?
Yeah, I kept two, and the rest were just like, yeah, I didn't like it.
I asked because I know a lot of people do stuff like that and then just dump it.
Yeah.
Dude, for me, I'm a hoarder. I keep everything.
No,
I would have kept like a stack of
I
paintings.
saw them and I'm like, will Bianca say this is cool to hang? I was like, nah, throw it away.
Yeah.
But yeah, I took pictures though. I was like, just in
Nice. Okay, you
case.
have it somehow.
Yeah, and they were like just abstract stuff that I was like, there's no,
Dope
it
things.
was just there, like.
You're just pouring in.
Yeah, I was
your
like
2020
throwing
feelings.
stuff.
Yeah.
So that kind of helped out. Another thing that I did was I got into researching coffee,
Okay.
flavors, beans, like all kinds of that. So
Yeah.
I kind of started experimenting with like cold brew and I created just my whole branding out of one idea that I was like, what if I did a drink? You know,
So you created a brand of coffee?
yeah, I was like, how would it look if I had my own bottle?
Right.
You know, so I did the logo. I bottled them. I did like 24
With your own
bottles.
flavor too?
Yeah.
Where's that?
So not my own flavor, but they did was like, how can I bring the Mexican culture,
Right.
the flavors to America? You know, and
Yeah.
there's a bunch of coffee shops
Right.
that sell already
You
beans.
wanted your own version.
But I was like, I want to bring it from Oaxaca. I want to bring it from like places in Mexico, like actual Mexico. You know.
Yeah.
I think that one of the coffees that obviously they sell here a lot is places that are from everywhere, bro.
Like Colombia.
Yeah. So I'm like, dude, why don't we just go across the border and get some beans and try it out, you know?
Dude, yeah.
So we tried a bunch of beans, tested them, we bottled them. And I was like, dude, I have my drinks at home, you know?
Dude, that's so.
And they came out really cool. I mean, the flavor was still kind of too strong,
Yeah.
but it's cold brew.
Hey, somebody would like it.
Yeah.
There's some people, Enoch for sure.
Yeah.
He showed me some coffees, you know, and I love coffee in general. My brother and Enoch would say that I don't like coffee, you know, because it's not to their taste. And I'm like, bro, this tastes like tierra.
Those guys just like dark coffee, huh?
Tierra con agua, bro.
Like todo chiclón.
Like there's like a chapulín comes out,
Yeah.
you know, like a fly. So that's basically what you did, like a super dark one.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that was really
And,
cool.
And
Did you plan on doing something with it, or that was just for you to like?
Yeah, like I was like, well, let's do it. Obviously a business here.
Saints Coffee, dude.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
stuff like that. I was like, I thought about a lot of stuff that we could have done with it, but I was like, one business, like the food industry in the United States, there's a lot of regulations.
Okay, yeah.
There's a lot of taxes for like importing beans,
Yeah,
paying over there and here.
that's true.
So I was like, okay, I'm in the middle of the pandemic.
Yeah.
You know, like I can't be spending this much. I can't be doing that. But I got to experience like, okay, how do I build another brand that is mine? You know, like
Right.
how from a just like a regular thought of saying, dude, how would it look if I had my own drink?
That was sick.
Was creating everything through the pandemic, and I think it helped me a lot in like. I didn't do it in like a day
Yeah.
or 2 days a week. I did it in like the whole 6
The
months,
process.
7 months that I was like, okay, let me sit down 3 hours again.
Yeah.
And look at the bottles. Let me look at the lettering. Let me
Yeah.
look at the colors. So it was a whole process that I think if I didn't have anything, I'll probably go crazy, bro. Like I want to be creating everything. Like,
Yeah.
I want to be creating constantly.
Right.
So through the pandemic, I was like, okay, what can I do? You
Yeah.
know, like let's do music now. Okay,
Damn.
let me get my guitar out.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. I was like, okay.
Did you
I don't
do?
wanna
I
get
mean, you
stuck.
did the clothing. You did that. You did coffee. Did you do any projects with music?
Not me,
Mm-hmm.
but I helped out Sammy Famoso.
Okay. Yeah, he's doing really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dropping his EP pretty soon. So
Mm-hmm.
shout out. So yeah, like just those avenues that I had, I was like, okay, how can I pour and create things through this? Like, how can I help them? How
Yeah.
can I help you? Whoever was asking me there that time.
Right.
But it was just finding things to do, bro. To be honest, sometimes I was home like stressed out. I'm like, dude, I can't create. Like I'm stuck.
Yeah.
Like, I'm stuck in this. So I'll just walk around the neighborhood just to get inspiration of like the sky. I don't know, stuff that I'll see, but like, damn, that probably looks or like graffiti that I'll see.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, it looks cool. You know, like
Yeah.
I'll go back home and draw something or design something. And then from there, kind of build it up. Like, how can I create stuff, bro? 'Cause
Right.
I was going crazy. I was working from home.
Yeah.
I was on my computer all day. So I was like, dude, I
Couldn't
don't
do
want to be
anything.
stuck here. You know, like I feel stuck. I'm not creating anything.
Right.
How can I do it? But finding yourself things to do, as in like, hey, maybe drop your computer, go get a coffee with someone and talk about cool
Yeah.
things. You know, talk about things that you like. You guys think have in common.
Yeah.
Or debating something.
Just
Do something, to
like
kind of get your brain
express something.
exactly.
Yeah.
And for me, it was having different things like around me, like
Right.
painting, music, branding,
Everything.
bro.
Dude, that's cool. And you touched two things, and I just want to like summarize them because you already kind of answered it. But I was gonna ask you, you know, like do you connect obviously like being creative with like some sort of anxiety? And you obviously answered that a little bit. You know, like we need to create so we don't feel like stuck. You know, and you find all those avenues. You know, but how is that in the world, like on the daily? Like, do you need to do like a painting just for you, or do you want to post it? Do you not? You know, because for me specifically, like I do a lot on Instagram. You know, you've seen it, and that's my avenue. You know, like that's exactly what you were doing. You know, taking a walk, looking at the graffiti, painting. You know, I do video reels, I do photos, I post 3-4 times a day, a lot of stories. And for me, it's not for the views at all, you know, like, and I've told people when I meet them, it's because that's my creative avenue. You know? That's for me. If I don't, in a day, I don't post, I feel like I didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
I feel like I didn't express, you know, because in my avenue, it's not going to my room to do a painting, you know.
Yeah.
But for you, like, you kind of express it, but just like summarize that. Like, how is that process? Do you create because you need to, or you want to, or what is it?
Yeah, for me, I think I need to. Like, there's, I'm sure your head is the same. At the end of the day, I'm like, okay, just thinking of like, what did I do? Like,
right.
I designed this today, but did it do something? Like,
really, like where'd it go?
Yeah. So for me, it's mainly like, hey, I have to do it, dude. If not, I feel stuck. I feel like I didn't do anything. Like you said, you know, like I didn't do anything.
Right.
For you, it's Instagram. For me, it's literally sitting down and be like, okay, I created this today. I'm gonna make it better tomorrow.
There you go.
So it gives me like, okay, tomorrow, like I started doing cartoons.
Nice.
Like out of
like drawings or actually
animations.
What?
And I mean, nobody knows. Like Bianca was like, "What is that?" And I was like, "Just working on stuff."
Dude, that's sick.
But for me, it's like, dude, I created something today. Oh, I learned something new today.
Yeah.
And the next step, it's posting.
Right.
And I feel like posting for me, it's a little more as in like, it's not good enough yet.
Right.
And it's this. But to summarize all that is like I have to be creating something, even for myself.
For you.
Like not for anybody to see, for myself to feel like, okay,
right.
Today's day, check. I did something, you know. I went running today and I saw a picture, like a sticker, that tomorrow I'm gonna do something about it. Like I'm gonna illustrate something that I saw the previous day or whatever, like you know, stuff like that I could be like, okay, what did I see today that I can do better tomorrow?
Dude, that's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. And just, I mean, out of that and kind of like going into like the last form, you know, talking to people out there. Let's start with the most cliche. I think it's cliche question ever, but like, what would you tell your young self now as a creative? You have a job in design. You know, you have all these projects going on. Like when you started and you were like, oh, I don't even know what to do. Like, how do you even start? What do you tell yourself?
Like how to start?
Anything. Like don't get frustrated or keep going or I mean, I don't know what you were thinking when you were starting, but if you know that person, that little Sammy guy over there, like what do you tell him?
Two things for me is I would be like, be patient and learn from other people.
That's good.
Learn. Growing up, I was like, dude, I knew creative people, but it wasn't as blown as today. You know, like everybody designs, everybody does this, everybody does that, iPad, whatever. But back then I was like, I'm just doing it myself, you know.
Yeah.
And if I had to go back, but like, dude, ask people, like, learn from people. How do you do this?
That's good.
How do you do that? Like, you're not alone. You know, there's a bunch of creative people that are willing to help.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there's a bunch that are lame.
Willing to not help.
Yeah, like people that were like, whatever. Like, I'm this, I'm that.
Yeah.
But there's other people that are like you. I could be like, hey, Paco, how do I do this? And I know you would be like, this fool.
Nah.
Like, do this. Or maybe you would. I don't know, bro.
Right. I don't think you've ever asked me. No.
And I still remember. It was back then. We were at one church, some other church.
Yeah.
And I was doing stuff still on Photoshop. I was like, dude, I was taking background. I was coloring things with the coloring tool.
Uh-huh.
And I remember you did something else that I was like, this is so much easier. And since then I started doing it like that.
like a layer and change the color and change the opacity.
I think it was that.
Something like that. I mean, I'm just thinking, how would I change colors?
I was changing letters. Like,
oh, I remember. I don't
know what I was doing that I was like, I need to get the coloring tool and color the whole letters.
Right.
But no, there's other
It was like the select.
Yeah.
Full on. Yeah,
I remember. Like, dude, I didn't know how to do this. You know, like, I knew a way how to do it.
Yeah.
But your way was easier. And I remember like that. Those are the things that I'm like. That day I
Yeah.
learned something just by watching.
Yeah. Just being around somebody that's
Yeah.
cool. Bro, it's, I mean, on the up, and just a funny story, just because, we're trying to open up here about creativity. Also, like, pride gets in that, because I've seen people do things that are easier than the way I do it. Just out of pride, I'm like, I'm not going to do that one, So it's good, that you were there with somebody, and instead of being like, well, whatever, like, you're like, bro, since then you've been doing that,
And it grow, like, you see it, and you grow,
Right.
like, you, like, at least for me, I saw it that way, and I'm like, okay, this guy did it this way. Is there another way to do it? Like an easier way?
Yeah.
Always in my head, I try to be like, okay, I want to be better in a way.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do the easiest. So yeah, like I learned, and I was like, how can I make it easier? Or is there any way? Looked it up on YouTube. How do I make this easier?
Better,
or like faster? But yeah, this is one of the things that I remember. I was like, oh yeah, that's true. Paco, like I saw Paco do it, so I did it.
Sick, dude.
I'll go back and be like, dude,
so
please be patient and learn from people.
That's great.
Yeah, learn a lot from people.
Yeah, that'll take you a long ways. And right now, currently, because I know we change all the time, but like, what are your 3 biggest influences, like creatively? Like, doesn't matter what it is, music, movies, artist.
Or
what are you like
to create?
looking at? Yeah, like what are you looking at right now? Usually that takes you to like that creative spot.
Recently, it's been food.
Nice.
Food. I got married 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I didn't know I could cook. Bianca does not cook.
Cooking too? Oh my Lord. Yeah.
Sorry, it's exposing my wife. She
Yeah.
cannot cook.
Oh, full exposed.
Yeah. So, am I recording this?
She's looking. Yeah. She's watching. She's watching. Yeah.
So it was one of the things that I'm like. I mean, I've cooked at my mom's house and like whatever, but
yeah.
Being married, I think, opened up my creativity in a different way, dude. Like,
yeah.
I see the food, I'm like, okay. I see the flavors. I see like the plating. So it kind of gets me. It gets me excited, honestly. Yeah. And I've been cooking 3 years now, and I'll show you some plates. They're like, "Wow, you made you made that?"
Well,
but
show me and
show it.
Show me. Like I want to try one of them.
Yeah. So one of them is food. If you see my feeds on Instagram, like my top 3 will be foods, illustration, and music.
Sweet.
Fashion is another one that I'm like, that's cool, because I see the graphics, illustration on the fashion,
Right.
But those 4 will be like my main top.
Food, illustration, and now you're doing cartoons.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. It's weird. Like random stuff that I'm like, how would this look?
Dude, you're gonna have to show me everything that we talked about. I'll hit you up.
Yeah,
so you can send me some stuff and put on the video.
Like obviously, there's some stuff that it's been created before. But I'm like, how do I do that? And I just started like doing literally like little monitos. And
that's sick, dude.
Dude,
I literally just started and a little page too. Let me show you since we're at it. I started a page because of the whole NFTs world happening.
Yeah.
Then it's like I'm starting to do little things.
Oh, that's cool.
So it kind of reminded me of it, And there's a little.
That's sick.
GIF.
Yeah.
So like, bro, we're always like on the same kind of like wavelength of like something. And I'll show it over there. But that's sick, dude. Okay, so those are the things, and I think that's it, bro. Like, there's obviously, talking to you, like you remind me a lot of myself, in a better way, because I have such like an explosive personality and everything. You're always so calm and collected. I don't know, and that's what you portray, So that's super dope, like creatively. But you remind me a lot of myself because you do a lot, Like one of my huge struggles, and it's not a struggle, but it's like mentally it's a struggle. Like growing up creatively, because everyone always told me just pick one, and I'm like, my biggest struggle is like I don't want to pick one, bro. Like I do like 20 different things. And today you talked about you're a designer, you work in graphic design, right? But you're cooking, you're illustrating, you're doing music, clothing brands, leadership.
Yeah, dude, I'm like you. I can't stick to one thing. Like I said, I have to be creating.
Right.
I feel like everyone is created.
Everyone
to do different things, bro. Like to.
Not just
to
one.
Give,
yeah, and that's my last question before you answer, because I think you're about to answer it. It's like when every time you see like a YouTuber or somebody tell you, oh, just pick a niche, like what do you say to that? Like, would you tell like if you were in front of right now like 500 creatives learning, do you tell them pick a niche or go for all of it?
I think it's good to know what you want and to have, if that's what you want to focus on, do it, but experimenting other avenues and learning from other things helps you to get wherever you want to be at. You know,
Yeah.
if I didn't, I feel like if I would be frustrated if I only did graphics.
Yeah.
You know, I'll be like, oh, what's next? Oh, this, and that. But I have music that I can be like, okay, let me go to music.
Right.
Get a little bit of music and go design something. You know, go to food, do this.
Because for us, it's like seasonal, right? I think for me, you know, sometimes people don't see me posting like, oh, you don't do videos anymore?
Mm-hmm.
Well, not right now, because right now I've been drawing, you know, or I've been writing. There's seasons on my Instagram, there's like, I have a lot of like writings daily. And then sometimes I don't. They're like, oh, you stopped writing? Like, no, but I stopped right now.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing something else.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what you do.
Yeah.
Dude, well, that's freaking dope. Well, tell us, I mean, I don't think we introduced you. Like, what do we call you? Who are you? What do you do for a living?
Just my name?
Name, last name, what do you do? Yeah.
Perfect. I am Sammy Ramirez. I am a graphic designer for the Downtown San Diego Partnership. And yeah, I create. That's what I do.
That's freaking dope. Dude, thank you. I mean, I wish, and I think, honestly, I'm going to have to bring you again because, dude, we don't even go deep in anything.
No,
because there's so much.
Yeah, like I said, there's a bunch that we could talk and still learn from each other. And the stuff that I could listen to and be like, damn, that's true.
Yeah.
You know, like,
from me?
From
you learn from me?
Yeah.
I'll learn from you, bro.
I'm the same, dude. I can't be... I need to be doing stuff, like something. I need to be creating. I have a friend that I told him what to do. He has money. Oh, yeah, whatever. So I always ask him, bro, I want to do this as a business.
I thought you asked him for money.
You down?
No,
kind of like, let's
partner.
Yeah, let's partner.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah. And then next we'll be like, bro, hay que hacer flautas.
Otra cosa.
Yeah, like a carrito or something. And he's like, bro, pick one. I was like, no. Like,
let's do all of them.
Yeah, I was like, why not?
Yeah.
You know, like, let's try.
Yeah.
If you don't try, you're not gonna know, bro. So he always tells me, bro, yeah, I know. Like, pick, bro. Uno de estos, one of these 2-3 ideas that I have,
it's gonna hit.
And
bro,
if it doesn't,
I have a big idea that I've told my friends since like I was like 14. Charging belt.
Charging belt?
They'll be laughing right now. No, I mean, like just like that. Every time we always talk about startups, I always think of like, you know those portable chargers?
Mm-hmm.
And, like just put that around a belt. So every time you need, like, you know, right now, like just plug in your phone to your belt. You have, it's a dumb idea. But like that throughout the years, you know, my brother and I as well, like we thought about like 100 apps. Like, oh, this should be an app. Dude, and Crystal, like my brother's wife, at one point she was like, guys, you guys are not going to do it. I'm like, guys, another app, just do the first one, you know? And it just reminded me of that, you know, like we were that people of like every time we hung out is like another idea. Like there's never like, I mean, yeah, you get stuck in one project and you realize it sometimes, but sometimes you just have an idea. And my brother always has. Which is
cool, man.
Dude, all kinds of ideas, dude.
Yeah, people crazy ideas.
People are crazy. So I gotta hear your ideas more, dude.
Yeah.
And we gotta connect more. And dude, honestly, I'm gonna do like a round of people and get you back and talk more in depth about stuff, dude, because you're like a huge powerhouse.
You know where I live, bro.